Hey GenFits, welcome to workout number 4. We've got dumbbell bench press as the focus of the exercise of the workout. We've got straight leg dumbbell deadlifts. We've got dumbbell single arm overhead press, and then we've got lat pull downs, overhead plate extensions, and dumbbell hammer curls to finish it off. So first exercise is the dumbbell bench press. We'll be doing this 6 sets of 3. I'll show you how to get set up here. Grab 2 dumbbells. Sit down on a bench, keep the dumbbells in close to your center of gravity, roll back slowly with them. And get them in position, which is going to be the arms, the elbows out of about a 45-degree angle, the dumbbells angled slightly in. It's not all the way here, not all the way here, but just right in between. We want as full of a range of motion as possible, so squeeze the shoulders back and get those elbows nice and low. And we're going to press all the way up to a locked out position. Bring them down under control, all the way up to a locked out position. We want to make sure as we go down, the elbows are not coming straight out, that we're not trying to lower the dumbbells down onto our shoulder, and make sure the elbows aren't coming way out on either side of the dumbbells. We want to keep the elbows fairly underneath the hands all the time. And we want to bring it down so the dumbbells are right in about the armpit. Any higher on the elbows, and we probably won't be able to get a full range of motion. Next exercise is a straight leg dumbbell deadlift. This is going to feel a lot like the Romanian deadlift. The difference being that we don't let our knees bend as much. What this is going to do is force more of a stretch from the hamstrings, more recruitment from the hamstrings. What it's also going to do is going to be a little bit of a challenge for you guys to keep your back flat. Because the hamstrings are under greater stretch, you'll reach end range of motion on them sooner, and you'll have to convince yourself to yield to that range of motion. If you think about just going down all the way, your body's going to let everything get loose to give you more range of motion. We're not getting that motion from where we want it to, from the hips. If we go down further, we're just getting it because our back is loose. So what we want to do is make sure the back stays tight. Just go till you get a stretch and come back up. Dumbbells stay pretty close. Just for comparison, the Romanian deadlift, we let the knees unlock. Straight leg deadlift, we don't. Okay, you don't want them locked out hard against the joint. You want them just soft. Basically, we just don't want them bending any further than that, just sort of comfortable position there in the beginning. This is one I definitely want video of. Make sure we're getting our back angle set right. You can use a mirror also, make sure that your back angle is correct. We do not, once you get that stretch, we're pretty much done. You might not have a whole bunch of range of motion, so don't think dumbbells to the floor. Start thinking about your hamstrings, and once you feel them under stretch, range of motion is there. So we're doing 5 rounds of 5 there. Next exercise is a single arm dumbbell overhead press. It's going to feel just like the double, except that we're adding in a little bit more core stability. So you want to keep the midsection tight and press straight up overhead. You will probably find that you cannot do as much this way as you can with 2 dumbbells in your hands because of the balance. So we want to make sure we're not using our spinal cord to help get the weight up. You want to keep your body level and just go straight up and down. We'll do all 5 reps on one side and then all 5 reps on the other side, and then go back to the straight leg dumbbells. All right, the last 3 exercises focus on pulling strength. So biceps, back, the backs of the shoulders. First exercise being a lat pull down. I explained before, you guys will probably have a real machine for this. You don't have a cable or a pulley. So you'll have a nice seat. You usually lock your feet into it and stuff like that. We're going for 10 repetitions under control. We want to make sure as the handle comes in, the chest rises up to meet it. It's going to make sure that our shoulders are pulling back and we're incorporating the upper back into the exercise. Second exercise in this little circuit, overhead plate extension. So grab a weight plate from the gym, 10, 25 pounds usually. We're going to hold it straight up overhead, let the elbows bend, and then back to that locked out position. We don't want the elbows moving at all during this exercise. We just want to hinge around that point. So, elbows position stay static, and just the arms bend. Let me illustrate that for a second. That might be confusing. When I say elbow position stay static, but the elbow is the only thing moving, I can see how that can be confusing. So from this point, elbow is locked right here. So the position at the end of the elbow stays static the whole time. The only thing that's bending is the elbow. What we don't want to do is let that arm drift back and throw it forward. So I'll show you a couple of bad ones. Well, they're just different. If we let our elbows come back and heave them forward, then we're incorporating things into the exercise that we don't want. We want to keep the elbows where they are and just let it bend around that point. That's going to put the focus right on the backs of your arm, which is where you should feel it. And last, got a dumbbell hammer curl. Hammer curl just means that we're holding the dumbbell like this instead of like this. So instead of the weight resting in your palm, you're holding the dumbbell out in front of you like this. This makes your wrists work in this plane instead of in this plane. That's the main difference between the two. For the dumbbell hammer curls, we'll go back and forth instead of doing all one side. Try and keep the motion under control. Limit the amount of heaving that we're doing with our back. That exercise you should feel right in the front, in the bicep. All right, that's workout 3, 4. Have fun.